I see a lot of people trying to include that little tiny Knipex pliers in their EDC kind of pouches and such. And yes, it is pronounced Knipex. Google it or something. Anyway, I'm tired of the argument. It's been proven. We're done with that. Moving on. Anyway, the point is, that thing is, I have one. Knipex gave me one. It's a cute little, water pump pliers. I get it, but you know what? There's one that's better than that. There really is. It's this one. It's the 8702-180. This is that plier right there. This is so much more functional, so much more useful, and I'm going to show you why. Let's throw it on the workbench here, and you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, here we are up close and personal with it, the 8702-180. Now, here's the thing, the number one standout thing that makes this different is the cushioned grip. And when you start to get into these small pliers like this, and you're trying to leverage them usually for jobs bigger than I don't say than they're intended, but than they're best cased for. And and look how thin these are. That's how thin the handle is coming back. It's actually probably a little thinner than that. And you get in there and you start putting some real grip in it. At that point, that's when it starts biting in your hand. You're not getting the full pressure on it. You get something like these. Now look at this. This thing opens up. Look at that. I think it's 1.5 inches is the size radius on that. I just used it the other day. I needed something and it was right at 1.5 inches and it saved my life. And when you get it like that, and here's the other thing about these kind of pliers, and it's kind of like adjustable wrenches. You see people using them the wrong way and stuff. When you got something like that, don't be going like this. Don't go in that motion with it. You always want to go in this motion toward, bottom side of the jaw, pivoting in. And the reason for that is because of the leverage point. When you go the other way, it opens up that jaw. When you go this way, that jaw, this whole line here is locked in place. All right, and this is just holding it, from going any further. That's why you see these oftentimes locked down, people standing on them, because you don't need to really apply much pressure on this side when you've got it locked in right. Now, of course, I love the Knipex. This is the Cobra line here because of, the aggressive jaw. It can be used in a lot of different situations. It can get a hold of irregular shaped objects, stripped bolts, that kind of thing. Yes, they're designed as a water pump plier, but honestly, there's not much this thing can't do. And with the cushion grip, it allows you to really get in there and get a grip on it when you're trying to turn something, which I found with the smaller set, you can't. And this at 1.5 inches allows you to get a lot bigger and a lot more usability out of the tool. Let me show you, how much the cost comparison, if you would. Okay, here we've got the Knipex Cobra XS. These are the super tiny ones. They're nice. As I said, Knipex sent me a set of these. Actually, I don't think they sent it to me. I think they gave it to me when I was at SEMA. Either way, and everyone has these in their EDC everyday carry thing. And if you're carrying pliers in your pocket, I hope you're a plumber or something, because carrying them in your pocket, that just doesn't make sense to me. But carrying them in like a small bag for EDC, I get it. But if you're doing that, then you can go a little bit larger. This is $28.44. And as I said, you can see there by the shape of the handle, the size of the teeth, it's not even in the same class when it comes to the 8702-180s. Now, here's the 8702, $37. You're like, oh, it's $10 more. Well, here's the thing. When you're looking at Knipex, you see this right here where it says SBA. SBA means it comes in a retail packaging or box, and usually it's gonna cost more. Actually, go back and forth, check an SBA and a non-SBA. I was looking at one the other day, and the SBA was actually less expensive than the non, and the other one comes in a envelope or a bag or something. Anyway, you get the standard one without the retail packaging. You're at $30. $30. That's a difference of $1, like $2 there. All right. Anyway, it's pocket change there, and you're getting a much larger set of pliers there. You're getting, look at this. This is much bigger than the other ones. This is without a doubt my favorite set of Knipex for EDC carry, for stuff like that, because it can fit in a bag. I could fit in my pocket if I had to. And it's just more comfortable, easier to use. It's easier to adjust, It grabs larger objects. It's just a better tool all around. I love Knipex. I do. I'm a huge fan of it. They're made in Germany, just like myself. They're fantastic tools. I just wanted to say, when you stop following the trends when it comes to EDC stuff and find what works for you. Try to think outside the box. Maybe you need to go smaller. Maybe you need to go bigger. Think about what works. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Just a quick one here on a Friday. By the way, don't forget to check us out over on our other channel, Cask and Ember. We're going to be smoking some cigars and tasting some barrel strength whiskeys, or bourbons. No, technically whiskeys and bourbons. So last week we had the Jack Daniel's single barrel strength rye coming in at almost 140 proof. That sucker was coming in hot. Today we've got Wild Turkey, and they're both. I got the bourbon and the rye, both in barrel strength. So we're going to be checking those out. I want to have a discussion with you about why barrel strength matters and what you should be looking for when it comes to a bourbon or a whiskey there. Anyway, go and check it out. Thanks for coming by. If you like what we did here, why don't you chomp the old like button, smash the subscribe, ring the bell on the way out. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.